Yeah, I have called.
He's got a watch too.
I have called you back. It says you ain't even taking that message.
I've seen it, but it's full. You can call me back yesterday. I got you.
You're popular.
I got a phone call yesterday.
I hear you.
Up in New Road.
What's that, William? Watch that. I'm not in that tax bracket. I've never been a mister. Ain't tall enough.
You ready, Mr. Moore?
Okay.
Let's call the meeting to order. We'd like to welcome all visitors and guests, if we have any. Came today as a quorum present. Pledge allegiance. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Get approval of June 2nd and June 3rd, 25 minutes.
Make a motion.
Second. Got a motion and a second. All in favor? Any opposed? Approve August 4th, 25 board agenda if there's no change.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we approve the agenda that's presented.
Good job.
Second.
We're not say so moved. Got a motion and a second. All in favor?
I want to say my training was.
You did good.
Thank
We
you.
can pay it off.
About 5 minutes.
Discussion item, accreditation Jones Senior High School.
Good evening. I'm here tonight to officially announce that Jones Senior High School has been awarded accredited status by the North Central Association Commission on Accreditation and School Improvement, the Northwest Accreditation Commission, and the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools Council on Accreditation and School Improvement. The three listed regional agencies provide our institution with a highly accredited that is recognized throughout the world. This action was conferred by Cognia Global Commission on June 26, 2025, and this status remains in effect for 6 years. While many staff members contributed to this project, I would like to recognize Principal Haley Reed and Haley Priest for their extra effort, dedication, and leadership during this strenuous process. We're very proud of Jones Senior High School, and I would like to present certificates to Ms. Reese and Ms. Case for our appreciation. So if you'll come forward.
Good job. Lots of hard work. Good job.
Very good.
Good try. Hitting the button so hard.
All right, fuck.
You want Mr. Brown here?
I think she need to get in.
Oh,
I have to make a nomination.
yeah. You told me I had to, and I was trying to avoid it. Let me get in the middle. Okay, sure.
Oh, wait. Say, school's almost back in session.
I heard a couple grunts.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Move the job. 5-year break.
All right, CTE course offerings. Discussion item B.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for this opportunity to share with you about the CTE course offering procedures. Okay, every year the school counselor, the career development coordinator, and special populations coordinator and CTE teachers come together because they know that before registration, students must realize what courses are offered in CTE. All right, so CTE teachers create video.
Sorry.
CTE teachers create videos of hands-on participation in the classroom. Example, students feeding animals, checking blood pressure, creating handheld video devices, which is very cool to me. I admire students in our computer science classes. Laying bricks, changing a tire, feeding a simulated baby. Tours are also given of all the CTE labs. Brochures in Jones County Public Schools course guides are shared also. The school counselor, the CDC, and the SPC allow students to register for the career path they are most interested in and advise students to share with their parents their choices. Results are shared with the principal, assistant principal, CTE admin to determine which courses will be offered if possible. So, the number of course sections offered are determined by the number of students who register for a certain career pathway. The Jones Senior High School admin team ensure more than 10 students are in each classroom. And of course, that's something I have to make sure of because of state funding and federal funding. Then the next steps includes the making of the matrix process, which determines how many classes will be offered of a particular career pathway per semester. So, students are given the opportunity to decide their own pathway. We encourage parental involvement when students are choosing their career pathways. So that is the typical way in which courses are selected. You know, like I said earlier, we want to make sure that the students are aware of the program of studies that we do have at Jones Seniors. That are giving tours. As I stated, they see videos, and sometimes we get the opportunity to have former alumni videos to come back and share with the students the successes that are going on in their lives because they chose a certain career pathway at Jones Senior High.
Mr. Watson, do you have any questions?
No, thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Griffin?
How do you decide if you're gonna offer on the question and answer or the signing up stuff? How do you decide if you want to add a new CTE course? You know, like we've done. How do we decide how we're gonna drop it? Because we got some. I'm getting beat up in the public about. It sounds like we're dropping auto mechanics and dropping one of our ag courses, and we just built a bunch of new stuff out there for that, and I'm getting beat up.
Okay. All right, let's address the question about the automotive. Okay. Well, we're not, we are going to be collaborating with LCC this year. They're actually going to be teaching the automotive classes there this year. We're not closing down the automotive program at all. Students will still be able to take those automotive classes. And with those man months that we will have left over, we're going to use going to use the business. Going to use a business teacher. And you may say, why are we going to a business? Because the state has stated that we must offer a computer science course before students graduate. It is a graduation requirement. I have that here. If you would like to see a copy of this, I'll be glad to share it with you. Would you like a copy? Oh, okay. So it is now a graduation requirement for students to graduate with by taking a computer science course. And when it comes to the ag classes, well, I do have the course selection enrollment here of students that register for what classes, and the enrollment is low for ag. We have had 2 ag teachers over the years, and hoping that if we had a teacher in the middle school, that would help increase enrollment at the high school, but that has not occurred. And so we decided, because if you would like to look at this information here, which is a course selection sheet, it shows you that what's trending was food. The students want to be in food classes, they want to obtain their CertSafe. And so I have that documentation here if you're interested in seeing this as well. This is where all the students were enrolled this past spring. Is anybody interested?
Sure.
Okay, sure.
If you got a friend, you might as well give it to them, right?
I'll be glad to.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Williams.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome. So this document was put together by the counselors and given to, and Mr. Sutton, and given to admins so they could determine what classes were most popular, or the classes that the students were most interested in. And so once this information, this data was gathered together, this is how we knew what was trending and what was not trending in this year. So all this is student-driven data.
This is done excuse me, I'm breaking in line here. Ms. Barber, this is done every year?
Every year.
So we've noticed it through the past few years, I guess we've seen things kind of forming in this direction.
Yes.
We got a lot of equipment out there that came with that new school, and we get a whole lot of heat over that.
Yes. In reference to ag.
Well, if we're not gonna have automotive, there's some not many pieces, and then I understand we don't do welding anymore. Is that correct, or am I wrong?
We do welding. Welding is
Now-
embedded.
But we don't have a welding class anymore. That's done at the college.
Yeah, it's been, ever since I've been a director, it's always been done at the college, like welding technology. But there was a lot of welding going on through the course Ag Mechanics, Ag Mechanics 1 and 2. And we will have some welding going on this year because we just received a grant for $16,000 to upgrade the equipment that we have in the welding in the ag classroom, in the ag lab, whatever.
Thank you.
Who's gonna be teaching that? The welding part?
Mary Murphy.
So, I'm sorry, Billy, welding is part of ag now? I mean,
Yes.
It's been that way.
Yes, it's always been that way.
The construction core, is that construction core, is that?
Construction core, that falls under Mr. Blango.
It does.
Information.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like-
what I wanna ask.
Okay.
Cause I didn't know we offered that.
We offer construction core, and this is where students receive the OSHA accreditation, the certification.
The horticulture, does Mary Murphy teach that too?
Hort, it will not be taught this year. The numbers are low, 6 and 1. Now, if the numbers increase next year, then that will be looked at by the admin, and then we may be able to offer that. We have the equipment to do it. We have the tools out there to do it, but we just don't have the student enrollment.
If we have something that becomes unpopular, do we drop it off the list that we offer, or do we ask about that every year?
Well, when we give out the course guide, or we do the career registration form, we put everything up there, and then the students will decide.
Well, I mean,
What was
that remains
trending?
the same. That remains the same year. to
Yes.
year? Okay.
Yes, it does.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
That's pretty good.
I'm still trying to get it.
We'll come back to
Just
it.
go
We'll
ahead.
come back to it. We'll come
Go
back to
ahead.
it. Let's go.
Is ag being pushed out there?
I would say yes, because even last year, Ms. Murphy was teaching the middle school plus high school version, and Mr. Taylor when he was there. So we had 2 teachers. There's not another program that has 2 teachers in it. So it's just something that is oftentimes pushed. We have the animals out. Well, she had the animal in there. We received the grant to get a greenhouse. We have a storage bin for everything. And so the key thing, as I tell the teachers when we have a meeting, especially before registration, make sure in that classroom you are marketing your program. It is necessary. That's how students will know if that is a class or career path or program they desire to enter. And plus, of course, FFA, that's marketed. The students are always going to different events and also competing, going to UMO and Raleigh to compete. So, I mean, the opportunities are there. Even when speaking with Miss Murphy, she's always like, Miss Lee, I'm trying to come up with things, but students are not as interested as they used to be with ag.
Our students, I know you said parents help with their registration, but being out there a long time, I know students are persuasive with each other as friends.
They are.
And it's just hard for me to wrap my head around losing those two programs. You said you had the numbers. I have to believe that. But it's just unreal to me that in this county, that those are the two weakest, you may say, programs at our school now.
The automotive and the
parents.
Yeah.
Well, when I say weakest, we're talking lower numbers. I mean,
Oh, yes.
it's being sort of kicked to the curb in a sense of speaking.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure if any parents, how many parents actually help fill out face-to-face with a guidance counselor? I know, and I can tell you, if I had to, I could give you a percentage. So, I mean, I'm not saying it's not true numbers according to your count. I don't think it's true numbers to reflect her school. Does that make sense? Okay.
I'm concerned about the auto mechanics being done by the college compared to what we could offer at the high school level. I mean, there's colleges got, I can remember when we first started with LCC, the teacher didn't show up, the kids didn't feel like they had to go to class, they got left, they would got caught for skipping school because college people don't really do it. I hate to see us not have an automotive high school instructor.
Can you
Or would that answer to us?
Can you elaborate on why the decision was made to go that route versus us hiring someone?
Yeah. Well, the reason we decided to go that route was also because of computer science graduation requirement. We knew that we could still maintain the program, automotive program, and at the same time meet the requirement for the state for computer science, because students have to have this in order to graduate. And I have that information here. If you would like a copy of that, I'll share that with you. This is a general statute.
You said computer science,
Yes.
but that's tied in with automotive, or that tied in with
No. What I was saying was that we chose to use the man months from automotive for computer science because we knew that we needed this for our students to be able to graduate. But we still would be able to offer the program, and we're not shutting it down at all. You're welcome.
Most of the kids actually had computer science before they left the high school without even this being implemented. I'm gonna be honest with you. It may have this statute may have just been created, but our students have had all the way from middle school
1 and 2, yeah.
all the way on up through high school. It's unreal to me. Kids are kids.
Is there a standardized test they have to take in order to say they met the computer science graduation requirement? 'Cause our kids have had one-to-one laptops since they were, I mean, I got a kid that's not even first grade can do more with a computer right now than I can.
Yeah.
I mean, he's ordering stuff off of Amazon. He's only 5. So I mean, I don't know I'm just asking, is there standardized, is there a test that our kids could take when they're entering high school or middle school to give them this requirement without us having to have a course on it?
The Introduction to Computer Science course is the class that the majority of the students will be taking.
And they've had to
to
taking
suffice
it,
it.
hadn't they?
So
Some of them have, not all students, but now all students to recover for all students.
Am I hearing that y'all hired a teacher for this? Instead of
Well,
hiring an automotive teacher, that,
Right, we didn't hire an automotive teacher because
Yeah.
we're gonna use LCC for that. And we're going to hire hopefully a business teacher for this.
Next question. So I'm trying to decipher out the numbers. So of course, so automotive fundamentals, 1, 2 honors, and 3 honors. That's automotive. That would have been what Perry taught.
Yes,
So of course, anything with health is Sedona.
Yes.
Okay.
yes,
So we have ag applications, ag mechanics 1 and 2. So that's Murphy.
yes,
And then animal science is
yes,
also 1
yes,
and 2. And then horticulture
yes.
is Mary. And what is natural resources? Does that fall under ag?
Yes, that falls in Act 2, that's like forestry.
Okay. And what is hospitality and tourism?
That would fall under family consumer science.
Family and consumer. So that's
Yes.
Is it Wilson?
Yes,
And then early childhood development, that's Wilson.
yes,
Entrepreneurship 1 and 2,
the business teacher,
that's a business. Now is that Ava,
that would be the business teacher.
the new teacher? Okay. Foods, who's that falling under?
That's gonna fall under the new foods teacher, FACS, family consumer science. That's the name of that program as well.
Okay.
Mhm.
And career management and child development,
Yes.
that falls under,
That any
Okay,
teacher
fast.
can teach, any teacher can teach computers, career management.
okay. There's a lot there. So, you can go ahead.
Will we have 2 new teachers out of that group?
Yes.
And that was,
For the
foods
foods,
and entrepreneur
and the foods and business.
and business. Sorry, let's go ahead, sorry.
So I guess my question is, what is it that we need, so with the computer science? What does Ava do? Is she not computer science?
She will be in the Paxton Patterson lab because the Paxton Patterson lab is the elective class for the 6th, 7th, and 8th graders.
And that's an elective?
Yes.
And what do they do in there?
Well, there's like 9 different modules, and all the modules relate to our current programs of study. There's veterinary science in there, eco science, eco-environmental, there's nursing, there's early childhood, there is everything related to the program of studies that we have, except for one, which is construction with Mr. Blanker.
Okay. So computer science is not taught by Ava, or has not been taught?
She was teaching computer science, but she will no longer teach.
So Ava was teaching it.
Yes,
So that's how we did have it.
yes.
Okay. So, back to, so Miss Wilson, she's
Yes.
hospitality and child development and career management? Is that following the fast? So she would be teaching
So
those?
career management, any teacher can teach. She's under child development and, I don't see early childhood education up here, but, she's teaching child development and hospitality. And of course, career management,
Mhm.
she'll be teaching that.
So with the agriculture,
Yes.
we're getting beat up. And the automotive. Because the students are not gonna, they do not care for horticulture. That might as well not even be on there. The kids go for the animal science and those others. And I'm really disappointed to see that we do not continue with the 2 classes simply because, I think I shared this with you before, that Heather was in Carteret County until 7th grade. And I was living back in Jones County. She had friends here in Jones County. And, she wanted to go tour the middle school to see if she wanted to make a change. Because she could come here, she could stay in Carteret County because her dad lived in Carteret County. So, we went to Jones Middle School And Miss Grace Simmons took us around the tour. She fell in love with Miss Grace. But Mary Murphy is why my daughter came here, because she had started that program in middle school. And Broad Creek did not have that at the time. And it was presented to her that you do this down here, so when you get to ninth grade, you've already got these 2 levels. So that's why she came here. And there's so many kids that are in that program, it's hard to, grasp, and I guess all of us are, and even the people in the community, it's hard for them to grasp that we wouldn't have full classes with it. So there's that. And then with automotive, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not a fan of LCC taking it. I think we need our own teacher, and we need to have, if we are paying our teacher, they're gonna give us 100%. And I do not believe LCC is gonna do that. I've seen it. They come over and they use the culinary, they use the kitchen. I didn't see where they didn't feed it. And they feed Lenoir County. And even over here at the Jones County Center, they're not feeding it. And I would like our partnership to come back full circle with them. But this year, I was very disappointed. There was only 1 graduate with an associate's degree through LCC, where we've always had, the numbers have climbed. So now this has to go back for everybody, Pammy in particular. She's got to start out now and work these kids from 9th grade up and start it down in 7th and 8th grade and stack these kids. Yes, we had a bunch of CTE credits and certificates. Very proud of that. But we all know that CTE goes hand in hand with the College to Career Promise program. We have students that are going to universities that could use those associate's degrees along with their certificates. So I'm disappointed in the college program, which is not Pammy's fault by no means, because this is her first year. This goes back to whoever was here the last 4 years that brought it down. And I've watched that program grow from day one. And I've been a pusher of it, and I'm bothered by we've got to rebuild it. But out of these classes, don't some of these classes that we're eliminating double as college credits for the associate's degrees?
Well, some of the classes we have an MOU for or articulation agreement for. The automotive we do, the nursing fundamental for the CNAs we do. I think we do for ag mechanics because of the welding piece, and possibly the early childhood education or child development as well. Yes.
And foods, I'd love to see that kitchen used. I do. I'd like to see business back in, but I don't want to see us losing what we have. Keeping what we have and continuing to build that, and then offering more, but not stop this to offer more. You know what I'm saying? We should be offering it anyways and not replacing this because we want to add this. You know what I'm saying? I want to see it all. And I do know some business classes you can do online, which can be done through LCC, which might be an option. But you're the one that went to school for it, but I just know what we're hearing and what we're hearing from the parents, the students, and the community, and they're not real happy with all this. Kind of like not using the concession stands. We got beat up tremendously because there was food trucks sitting out there on the football field. People were very pleased this past year because they were selling plates, and there was a lot of people that showed up. So, and they were using concession stands. So we have to listen to them too. But I don't know. That's just my 2 cents. I really don't want to see LCC provide instruction for that because I just don't think they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna feed it. They didn't do it before. I really don't think they're gonna do it now. That's just my honest opinion.
Did I understand you to say that Mary Murphy's gonna be teaching ag applications, ag mechanics, and ag mechanics 2 honors,
Yes,
as well as animal science 1 and 2.
yes, and natural resources 1 and 2.
That's a whole lot of periods for one. How many blocks does she have?
She'll have 3 periods each semester.
And is she gonna be doubling up, teaching some of these at the same time?
No, we're not doubling up at all, any of
I
those.
mean, I'm just like the masonry. I know you only got 2 that signed up for masonry 3, but I thought in the past, and I may be wrong, I'm just trying to understand. If say Mr. Blanco had a guy that is doing brick masonry. I remember when we were there. If there was still, you might only have like 2 that might sign up for brick masonry 3. Say he's a senior, and they can still give him extra work to make him qualify for masonry 3. Are we not doing any of that?
Well, yes, in that class with masonry 3 with 2 students, more than likely whenever masonry 2 is offered, then the masonry 3 students will be in there with them.
Well, then that's the same way with if you go to automotive 1 and 2 and 3. I mean, you got 15 kids that signed up. I mean, you could do it different levels and still have a class for that. And maybe take some of the pressure off of Mary, where he might be qualified to teach something in the welding or whatever it's called. I don't know what it was.
It was ag mechanics 1 and 2.
The ag mechanics. I mean, when you got ag mechanics, I mean, they ought to be able to cross over and be just as good there. And it looks like to me we could justify, because how long we just built a greenhouse, did we not?
Yeah.
And we're not even going to offer a horticulture class.
Well,
I got eat up on that within the last couple of hours.
Yeah.
Over that. It looks like we're just wasting money, and God knows how much do we hear when we built that school, how much we wasted and all that. I mean, we even had naysayers that's been in this room and maybe in the room now, but we've got a great school, and a lot of people like it, and it just bothers me. I mean, I hate to go. I mean, my whole life has been agriculture. The whole Jones County has been based on forestry and agriculture. And mechanics falls right in there because everybody had to learn to be their own person. Because we don't have a lot of shops in Jones County. We had to learn how to do it ourselves or get to school. So the few farmers that I'm still with don't understand what's going on, and I'm just, that's why I need to have some understanding. Because
And just piggybacking on him, if we saw these numbers dropping, why did we build a greenhouse?
Well, whenever we built when the greenhouses, but this is 3 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, whenever the CTE Ag and Education Grant was offered and we applied for it. At that time, it was trending. Ag was trending.
Do you think the trend is due to the ADM?
Maybe.
I mean, the numbers are down in everything that we have. I didn't know if that could be it.
What is Mary's thoughts on this poll that was taken? Has she commented on?
Well, her comment with me was, Ms. Lee, the students are not just as interested in ag as they used to be. That was the comment that I received. And Ms. Murphy, I have to give it to her, she works really hard with the FFA program, trying to be the leaders and all that in the program. Make everything exciting, make sure the students are aware of the stakeholders and all those that are involved in the community that's willing to assist with the program. She does that.
I agree with Ms. Burr. I would like to see both of those kept, and then, whatever has to be done, to hire a new teacher or whatever to fill the gap. I would like to see that happen personally. And just because it's not at capacity or lower this year doesn't mean it's not gonna be, doesn't build up some next year. I know some of our young men have left automotive and gone straight to a car dealership and making more money than, I am. It wouldn't take much, but, same thing with our ag, which is pretty good, but I would like to see it. And that's, once again, just my personal opinion.
And just to comment back on that too is, when Heather went there, of course, they had it perfected where they stacked them in 9th and 10th grade they were set up to get their social securities. And they were there for the, through 12th grade. When Heather got in 12th grade, she had all the sciences, animal sciences. She had taken all the agriculture classes we had to offer, and she had taken all of Sedona's health classes. So she was told that she could go into auto mechanics or masonry. And that's what they just automatically gave her. And she said, "Oh, no, ma'am, I'm not doing those." She said, "I'm not." So we need other programs. And she had already took Miss Blackwood's class. So when you go through those 4 years and you have a girl that has taken all those classes, they're not interested in automotive or masonry. So we do need other classes for them to be able to fall into. The same with the boys. The boys take the ag and they take the automotive and the masonry. If the boys take the food, it's because they want to eat. I'll be honest with you. There's a handful that's going to truly go to culinary or truly go and cook and be a chef. I just am basing that off of when I was in school. If they were in school, they come in there because they want to eat. But Miss Blackwell did a phenomenal job in doing the foods and the family and consumer sciences. So I don't know. It's hard. I don't want to see us lose anything. I want to see us add, but I don't want to see us stop something that we already have that's working because we need to offer more. That's why people say that they don't want to come here because you don't have too much to offer. And we started getting soccer. We have soccer, tennis, volleyball. We did have track. Basketball, football, baseball. When we started adding soccer and we started adding these newer ones that we've never had here before, people wanted to come. Should you go to a school for a sport? No, not my opinion. But yes, it could benefit you if you're going to college and you want to play it in college. Okay. But that's the same as what I'm saying with these. If you stop it, how are you going to continue to build? What if next year it's a whole different group that comes through and this is what they've been looking for and we don't have it to offer for them? Because there are middle school kids that are coming up that are looking forward to going to agriculture, but they can't take it yet because they're in 6th grade or they're in middle school. It's not offered to them yet.
As long as we keep that same list, which is not arguing, but if we offer the same thing, same blank list every year, which is I think is what you said we do, then that should be covered, I would hope. But we got to go with the numbers, and we can't hire teachers if we ain't got the numbers. I mean, I'm sorry.
But you gotta have something.
I don't know why we don't have the numbers.
Yeah. I mean, if you go to a car dealership and you're picking out cars, and you got a Ford, you got a Mercedes, you got a Toyota, you got a Honda. You got all these choices. Which car are you going to choose? You have choices. And you might drive out there with a Ford because it's the cheapest. Somebody else might come in and say, "Hey, I want that Mercedes. That's what I want." It's their choices. They have choices.
But are you gonna keep one salesman for one person to buy one Mercedes? I ain't mad with you, but.
No, I see what you're saying, but I just can't see stopping what we have that's working, especially seeing what they've done in the state and seeing all these people that's showing up in the programs and the HOSA, I mean, how big that is. TSA flopped this year. And I mean, I didn't see anything from them this year. And what is it called? The coding or whatever. Did we do anything with that this year? Are we going to continue that program?
It's not on the list of things that we're going to do this year. Courses that have been selected. I don't think it's on the matrix this year as well. We do have, as I stated, we have the Paxton Patterson Lab for the 6th through 8th graders to become aware of the courses that we offer once they get out of the 6th and 8th grade.
That's new, right?
But that's what we've had it for 2 years.
So, Ms. Reese, you've been in Craven County. So, I mean, in your professional opinion, and you've seen it. Have you seen them drop classes to add classes, or have they tried to keep and sustain what they have to add more?
They typically schedule based off the interest and numbers, because again, if you offer classes and just pack kids who don't want it, it lends itself to lots of schedule changes and demands out of classes. So typically they do let it drive, the student interest drive what is being offered. And with CTE being so diverse in the pathways of licensure, allowing so many different courses to be taught, the variety that like one teacher can teach, like the business teacher, computer science, the coding, entrepreneurship, business law, we purposely put those courses in front of the kids to say, what would you be interested in? So that again, we no longer have classes of 4 kids. You can have the classes of 15 in the business law class or in the entrepreneurship class, to offer just again a variety using the same licensure, so to speak, that we have in the building.
And how many did we have enrolled in the high school this year? 9 through 12?
Power School has been down. I'm gonna go on a safe number. Probably about 240. But please don't hold me to that, because again, I've been locked out of Power School and they can't just get the wrong numbers.
And what's the average numbers for 9 through 12 in high school in Craven County? One of the bigger ones.
Oh gosh, I'm not sure. I mean, it's been a while since I've been at that high school land. So
It's a lot.
Well, the numbers are, I mean, I would
Yeah, it's a
say
lot.
yes.
ADM's probably 1,500 or greater. They've redone all the classifications now for athletics, so the area is a little different. But
So that's where ADM comes in at. You know, we don't have the number of kids, but are we going to get the number of kids if we offer something for them? We might have 4 this year, but hey, we've got this foods class going on and we've got this over here going on, then, you know, there might be 10 in that class next year and 10, 20 in this class. I mean, I just hate to see it. That's
And correct me if I'm wrong, there was never 2 ag teachers at the high school, right?
We have,
It was one middle school, right? And
well,
one,
yeah,
I mean, I know how, I mean, but
we
technically it was maybe 6 through 8 and then a 9 through 12.
yes, and the 6 through 8 teacher sometimes taught some high school classes as well. And so did all the other programs of study. Sometimes they taught a middle school class as well to make sure they have an awareness. That was before we got the Paxton Patterson Lab, because we wanted to all students to get a taste, if you will, of health science or masonry or something like that. Because we have middle school courses in the state that are offered that from the course guide at the state level, where all those classes can be taught, like for ag and masonry, automotive at the middle school level. And so now we have the Paxton Patterson Lab, you know, with all those things in it, with the students, if you get the opportunity to do some hands-on, they'll get the opportunity to become aware of some ag, and they'll become aware of some health science, become aware of child development, things like that.
So we really ain't losing, I mean,
No, we're not.
that's what it sounds like to me. We're not losing any ag classes.
Not if you go into the Paxton Patterson lab,
Right.
there's 2 modules there
Correct.
where the students will do hands-on ag work. Then there's health science also. And there's, like I said, automotive and computer science things that's going on in there as well. And so when Will and I sat down and looked at that, we wanted to make sure that all the students got the opportunity to go into those modules, and then they would kind of know what it is they wanted to enroll in.
What was Will's thoughts on, not replacing one of the ag teachers and just going with this way?
He hasn't shared any thoughts with me.
Are we paying automotive? Are we paying LCC?
No, we're not. That's how we were able to use the months, because our months of employment dropped. We were able to.
And Mrs. Lee as well, in the past, with the way that's being established with LCC funding the teacher, has Jones Senior ever had business, ag, auto, foods, and a Paxton lab?
Have I had a Paxton lab? We have not.
But it's been
And I
there
can
for
tell
2
you all
years.
the
But it's
programs
been it's been at our school for 2 years, it just hasn't been utilized.
It was utilized. Miss Ava was over that, and then Miss Ava got sick and she was out.
That could have something to do if she wasn't there to teach it. That module, with the choices that had been made. Not blaming her.
And so what happened with that, we made sure, with Miss Ava, she used the lab while she was there, but Mr. Blanco taught masonry to the middle school, and Miss Murphy taught ag to the middle school.
Where does the exceptional children fall with what's being offered now? Because I know there a lot of hands-on, they usually in some of the higher exceptional students. And we do have a lot of hands-on kids at our school.
Well, all the exceptional children are given the opportunity to enroll in any of the CTE classes. They're not exempt.
You highlighted, some of the stuff is highlighted from what they highlighted. The highlighted stuff, the new stuff we're offering.
No, because auto fundamental, which has 21, it is it's always been there. National Health Science, it's always been there. You know, these are just high number.
Now, did you like condense the numbers, or did you how many students were polled? Was it like
With the
9 through 12?
With all of there's like 35 students total to sign up for some kind of automotive class. Is that correct? 21 and then 9, 2, and 3.
35 total for the year.
And we couldn't justify a high school ag teacher. I mean, auto teacher. That's not. I just don't like LCC. I just haven't never liked. I just, you know, these kids are still high school students, and I think we can control them better if we got them in our grips. But we've had trouble with in the past with professors and not teachers. And I mean, when we can control them, I mean, there's nobody we can. When we got something with LCC, who are we going to go to? We can go to Rice and go win, but they can't really do it. Their hands are tied. LCC don't want to do anything with it.
Ms. Reese just shared with me that she will be sitting in on the interviews tomorrow for the automotive instructor. So she'll be a part of those interviews tomorrow.
But they won't still be answering to us. in the long run, correct?
Correct.
That's my point. And I've been sitting here a long time and I've seen what we've done with LCC in the past and it ain't really changed.
Can you explain what time why we lost the automotive teacher with 35 students?
Why
It was
we
just
lose
a- Yeah.
Well, what happened was that we knew we had 35 students, and we knew that we needed a teacher to be able to teach computer science. It's mandatory, it's a general statute. And so it was gonna it had to be a business teacher or a computer science teacher. And so in CTE, we don't have enough months of employment.
Were we not teaching that in the past?
Yes, we were.
So what happened to that teacher?
Miss Williams went to the Paxton Patterson lab. And now, the business teacher will take her place to be able to teach that.
Is it funded by us, that lab?
The lab, yes.
So it was being taught by Ace,
Yes.
but we're moving her over to Paxton Patterson.
Yes.
Mary's gonna also be using the Paxton Patterson.
No, only Miss Ava, she will be in the Paxton Patterson lab.
And she'll be teaching, doing the agriculture through that as well? Cause I think you said there's agriculture, there's.
Yes, they're modules.
Modules.
They're modules, yes.
Well, isn't the computers her specialty, her niche?
Yes.
So we do have a computer teacher. We're just moving her and hiring another.
Yes, we're having a business teacher.
I could talk all night and still wouldn't understand it all.
Let's not do that.
Is it too late to not change that plan, but to keep these classes? I think that's what we're asking for, keep those 2 classes.
And we hire our own automotive teacher. So if you're doing interviews, then it should be interviewing for us.
Well, if we hire our own automotive teacher, then we wouldn't have the business teacher to be able to make sure the students could have the computer science general statute graduation that's been required.
If I may,
Have they got a standard exam they gotta pass on the computer thing? Does anybody know that? I mean, I asked that at the beginning of this. So, it's hard for me to believe that a majority of our students wouldn't pass it.
CTE exam
Right. I would have to
by the
look up-
state.
I would have to look at that proof of learning and determine if the proof of learning is a test, credential, or PBM.
It's not, I haven't read this, I'm using my yes, ma'am.
If I may, and I defer to you on this because you're the expert, but I'm tracking the statute 115C 81.90 on computer science. So section C describes the graduation requirement as taking one of the State Board of Education's approved courses and getting a passing grade. So I can double check the SBE policy, but the language of the statute suggests to me that you have to complete the course, that you cannot satisfy the requirement by way of some sort of test you take instead. But I can double check the SBE policies on that, Mr. Murphy.
the reality is this, if I may, you could have an automotive teacher that is our employee, but then we're gonna have to give up, in essence, Paxton Patterson lab if we keep the business position to teach the computer science classes. So something's got to give somewhere because you only have so many months of employment. And so what's happened is by having automotive taught by LCC, then you have 10 months of employment there that you can use for that business position, or you don't have anything in Paxton Patterson, which when you don't have Paxton Patterson, then you don't have, correct me if I'm wrong, you don't have anything in the rotation or you have less in the rotation for elective courses for middle school. Plus, you don't have anything in there to spur interest amongst the middle school. Now, you could say, all right, we're going to hire an ag teacher for middle school instead of Paxton Patterson. But then you're only catering to one thing versus Paxton Patterson being able to tap into all of your CTE classes and give every child experience there. The reason Ms. Williams was placed in Paxton Patterson because all of our teachers have been trained in Paxton Patterson, but she went through more in-depth training than any of the rest of them.
Same with automotive. I mean, I'd like to see both of them stay. I understand what you're saying.
It's just the dollars and cents matter.
Is computer science offered in middle school? We don't have a computer science for middle school or anybody that can teach it in middle school.
Not a CTE teacher, because that person is in the Paxton Patterson lab. We only have one teacher designated for that.
Because I was just looking that it says that if they do take it in middle school, that it provided may offer in middle school students, and it would fulfill the requirement. So they essentially would have, versus 4 years to get it, they have middle school with 7 years to get it before they graduate. If I'm understanding that correctly.
Looks like we could incorporate it in there some way. Yeah. Also.
I sit with two of the people on the state board, and I'm gonna ask them how come they don't have we can't have a standard test to pass. I bet most of them will. I mean, that's not one that done this.
Probably still got
I
stuff.
mean, how can you, just because you're off the course and you don't have a passing, you don't have an exam to take?
I think per the statute, you just need a passing grade.
Yeah.
In whatever qualifying
Just a
courses.
course.
Well, all we gotta do is we develop our own standard course then and give them let them take a test, and if they do the fundamentals, that's it.
It has to just be approved by the State Board of Ed. That's how I read the statutes. They come up with approved courses.
And there's none of these courses listed here that would be crossover as a computer science course. That would double as that, if they took it, and it would double as their computer science course.
That's what I was thinking too.
No, not on this course list.
Not unless the state board approved as a crossover course, I
Right.
wouldn't think. It's just like art. They require art of every high school graduate. They don't specify what kind of art. All they say is you gotta have a passing grade. There's no exam again.
So this does have an exam, is that correct?
No,
Computer science does not have an exam.
other than a CTE exam,
Right.
which is not a pass-fail, and you don't get credit if you don't pass it.
But we're beating the
Yeah, that's
horse
what I was
to death.
thinking.
Mrs. Lee, I appreciate you being here and sharing the numbers and presenting. Board members, I do ask if you have further questions that you can contact me. We can discuss it. You can also, Mrs. Lee, they can contact you as well,
They
correct?
certainly can.
Thank you, Ms. Lee.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
I believe we jumped down to the very bottom.
Yeah. I gotta say. Discussion item C, budget amendment again.
Board members, I'll be speaking for Mrs. Raby. Mrs. Raby could not be here this evening. She has provided an approved budget amendment number 10 for your review. If you have any questions or concerns, you can let me know so I can share them with Mrs. Raby.
Discussion item B, department update.
Department updates have been shared with you. The one that I will like to just compliment on is Laura Parks, Student Services. She completed MOUs and district partnerships To strengthen our school system, we are partnered again with the Jones County Sheriff's Office, ECU Healthier Lives, DSS, the Health Department, and UNCW.
Any department update question? Now we go to superintendent update.
Could I ask one question?
Go ahead.
The CTE month of employment, the June 30th, and then the red, why? Budget adjustments, CTE, it's line item 013. It just caught my eye since we were talking about CTE a few minutes.
What are you saying, David? I'm not.
Look at 013. There was a budget adjustment for 13,440.
13. And why is there a deficit?
Yeah. For employment.
13.
You see what I'm saying?
I do.
For employment.
Well, looked like it was a budget amendment. And she took the 13,000 out of that and put it in the CT support program. You see that budget increase from 24 to 37.
Okay.
It was like, yeah, like it was a budget. See where she took it out.
Okay.
Put it in.
Yeah.
And reallocated under the year there.
Okay.
But maybe I can, or Mrs. Filio, Miss Filio, I can get that information for you.
I was just, it just happened to catch my eye.
Way to become.
But you see, I mean, you see, it was 703,000 she took. It was a budget amendment.
Okay,
Yeah, it was a budget.
I got you. Satisfied.
Superintendent update.
Highlights, last Tuesday, in fact, we hosted the NC Bold Conference at Jones Senior High School. We had over 400 teachers from across the state. The attendees were very complimentary of our staff and the building. I had a half dozen attendees at least share with me how clean and beautiful the building was. So I compliment the maintenance staff at Jones Senior High School and Jones Senior High School administration. When you're having 400 people, that's a lot of cars in the parking lot, and it's when they have great things to say, it's a wonderful event. We also had trust and inspire training for our principals and our directors, teaching our principals on how to grow trust in your building, our directors to grow trust among the people that they're working with. I am happy to say, as you was mentioned earlier, Jones Senior High School has been accredited. It's been a process in the making and a lot of work at the school site level. Luke Jones, Jones Senior High School, has been selected as a Southeast Region FFA president, and Mary Murphy has not had an FFA president from the Southeast. That has not happened since Mr. Sutton.
But we cut in class.
Not at the high school. Yep. And maybe not.
Well, I just want to say before we move any further, and I know it's not comment time, but I am super proud of Luke Jones, and he will do a phenomenal job in representing Jones Senior. I'm very proud of him. Very proud of him.
And I'm proud of Mrs. Murphy too, because she did share with me they under her watch and her experience, she's not had a president.
That's awesome.
That's really good.
It's quite an honor. Things are swinging a little bit faster right now. The back to school bash is this weekend. It's Saturday at the Civic Center from 10 to 1. All of our principals will be in attendance, handing out supplies for each of their school sites. We're fortunate we obtained a grant to buy the supplies, and Mrs. Janelle Enstrom and Laura Parks have organized backpacks for each of the students that attend. Our teachers return next Monday, August 11th, and they'll start right in with training and orientation. Our convocation is August 18th at 9 a.m.
No, I need to remind us, yeah. You know I'm a
And
forgetting.
Candace, all these will be reminded except for the teacher return.
That's kind of where I need to be.
Okay.
I get it.
And the first day of school is in 3 weeks. It's August 25th, and we're excited for our students to come back.
Teachers return on the 11th. May I ask one question that has come to me from the public?
Mhm.
And I know it has happened in the past too. On the transportation, there's a thing, a form sent out to parents, or it's on Facebook or wherever, for them to let the bus garage know if their kid's gonna attend school or ride the bus. I think it'd be a good idea, whatever that bus route is, even if nobody gets on, that would be ignored for the first 10 days of school. Because those first, 10 days, if little Johnny's on a road and hit every road, that has come to my attention.
Okay.
Instead of going by, probably not a lot of people have returned those forms, may or may not. But some of them don't have Facebook or any way of communicating, and some may have not gotten the letter. Who knows?
Our driver should be driving the entire route.
Okay,
Now, if,
how was that?
sure, no, and if, I'm wondering, are they asking for someone who maybe has not ridden the bus in the past or is new to the district? I don't know. Because then they may not be included in the route. And if they fill out the form, then they know to create the route with them included. But our drivers should be driving the entire route. As you said, first 10 days or so. If they don't ride after 10 days, then we remove them from the route. Correct. But they should be, and the driver should also be, in the past, what they've been asked to do is create the route and come back and let Linda know, hey, these children don't ride anymore, so she can make it more efficient in Tim's.
Yes, sir.
And remove those stops. That's the way it's supposed to work.
Yes, sir.
Well, do we have a way of contacting the ones that have ridden in the past, or the ones that are moving from elementary to the upper routes? Do they, and then the new people coming in, do we have a way of contacting all them different other than Facebook?
No, that's actually all done through Tim's, and it's done through ThrillShare, which is an app.
But they all provide a telephone number or something, correct, to be able to do it?
Yes.
Well, did you call around stuff?
I can't speak for Infinite Campus, but I can tell you when Power School was up and running, what happened is you put in Power School, the data manager would check a box, yes or no, AM or PM for bus transportation.
Right.
If those two boxes, one or both, are checked, then that child is included in whatever route is created in Tim's.
Right.
So if those boxes aren't checked, or the parent didn't let someone know, then they're not included. But that's it. That's an easy fix once school starts. First day of school, hey, the bus didn't come today. All right, well, let's fix that. Let's get them added in there.
Right.
And correct.
I just wondered if we had
Correct. Phone numbers
Maybe change.
I can tell you as a former principal, the worst issue is correct phone numbers. Folks change their number, they don't notify the school.
Or even address. Sometimes they don't come.
That as well, yes.
But
That's what we came to.
But if they're enrolled in schools, they got a way of contact, correct?
Correct. We use ThrillShare.
If it's correct.
And that's why it is important to make at every stop, even if the child is not outside, because I will address that with Mr. Dockery, just to make sure, at least for the first 10 days that happens, because it can impact our ADM as well.
That's my concern, is the ADM.
The other piece of it too is that the way Tim's might route a bus, there may be a stop that's unsafe that needs to be corrected as well. So it's important for those drivers to come back and say, hey, they've got me picking this kid up here, but it's not safe. It's a blind curve, whatever. And then Miss Linda can go in and make those adjustments.
I agree.
We can take care of that.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for bringing it to our attention.
Good.
Mhm.
Public comment.
Nobody's signed up.
Ms. Bird, board member comment.
Who's the new guy over there?
Just hair to grow back.
I'm just joking. I'm super proud of Luke. I really am. He's gonna do a great representation of that, and I just hope that everyone will come into this new year, relaxed and ready to learn and moving forward. And I'm disappointed in this presentation tonight, but we can talk about that later. But that's about all I have.
Just I hope a little bit more thought into, our courses offered at high school. But like Ms. Herb said, I'm anxious to see the kids come back. I feel like we're gonna have a good year.
Good.
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Griffin.
Appreciate everybody showing up tonight and what you administrators do and get some of the questions answered. I might be still confused. Most of my stuff's gonna be in closed session. That's it.
Personnel.
About personnel.
Mr. Austin.
Just wanna give all the luck in the world and all the blessings to the class of 26. All 12 classes, 13, excuse me.
Good.
Yeah.
Give me some look too. I need to pay the lottery. I need to go to Raleigh.
Motion and a closed session. This for personnel only, or that's it?
You might just add attorney-client, preserve the attorney-client privilege as well.
Yes.
I would like to make that motion to go in closed session as you presented.
Yes, to prevent disclosure of
So I'll make that
information
motion.
that is privileged or confidential under state and federal law, client attorney privilege, right? That's what you want.
Yes.
General statute 143, 318, 1181, for personnel, 1115C, 319, 321. And
A3.
143, 318, 11, 83, and 86.
That is the motion. That's the motion I made.
Got a motion?
Second on that?
Got a second? All in favor?
I'm gonna do that for you now.
We're not closed session.
Happy anniversary, Mr. Parker.
Yes.
Go enjoy yourself.